Hey, how's it going, people? Welcome back to my first unboxing video in quite a while. This one is again from my good friend Brian over in the States. I have been a little bit, shall we say, frivolous and bought myself a couple of things. He's also put a couple of things in here as well for me, so I'm really excited to dig into this because it has been quite a while. I've been waiting for this box, so let's dig in. I've only got a pair of crappy scissors here, so I was too excited to go and get my Stanley knife, but this will do. These are my Velcro scissors as well, so they're a little bit blunt compared to what I would like, so come on. This is a pretty hefty box. Fortunately, Brian at Horrothia Effects is not as good at packing parcels as I am, so hasn't taken me long to get in here. Bubble wrap. I'll play with you later. What do we have here? Deluxe pedal. Now, is this for me? Now, a couple of things in here are not for me, so I need to double check with a few things that are in here. But I'm excited to see what this is. Ooh, hello. This is for me, I think. I'm pretty sure. I think this is a surprise pedal from Brian. He said that he would send me something cool. I've got a couple of his pedals to demo and to just basically play around with as well, so this is awesome. Look at this thing. I need to play with that later on. I'm going to play with all of these later, but first of all, obviously position everything at 12 o'clock as is tradition. There we go. Love these knobs as well. Very cool knobs. Awesome. This is kind of like a silvery kind of glitter kind of color as well. It's really cool. It's not a standard kind of enclosure. That's ace. Okay, I'm going to dig into that one later. Whatever it is, I've got a feeling it's some kind of fuzz factory blended with something else, but we'll see. Lefer pedals. Lefer. It opens the top. What have we got? This is for me. This is... look at that. That is a fingerprint magnet right there. But how cool. Check that out. Where are we? Camera. Focus. There we go. Look at this. Hello. So this is a fuzz pedal that Brian at Horrothia Effects has made, and it is, you will notice, it has nothing. There are no knobs or switches. This is completely 100% on-off fuzz. So I'm really excited to try this one, and it's so cool. Like, just a completely chromed enclosure. Amazing. Okay, let's carry on. I'm pretty sure this one is... no, this isn't for me. That's right. This is the a modified... It's a Horrothia Effects modded DOD Supra Distortion. So I'm going to try this out later. I've never tried any of these before. I've never had any experience with these DOD pedals. So this is massive. Look at the size of this. It's like a Boss pedal, but slightly scaled up. But yeah, it feels a lot chunkier than a Boss. Right, there's a Wampler box. Ooh, this has got a Ziploc bag. That's quite interesting. Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I've never tried a Wampler pedal before. I don't think this is a Wampler, though. Okay, yes, I had forgotten. I'd forgotten about these. Okay, so me and Brian were in a we're having a conversation about different sources that he could get over in America versus sources that we get over here. For example, at McDonald's, turns out the sources that you can get in our various different McDonald's chains are wildly different. So I've got some sources to try later on. Some Wampler sauces. Thank you, Brian. Much appreciated. I wasn't expecting that to be in a pedal board box. That's what threw me. Now then. This I'm excited for. This is mine. I bought this from America. Had it sent to Brian because A, he's a good mate, and B, it was cheaper. It was cheaper for me to have it sent to him. And so this should need no introduction. This is a pedal that I have coveted, I've wanted, I've been eager to try for a long time. Source Audio Ventris Dual Reverb. Already got some hook Velcro on the back as well. Good man. Huge thanks to the user on Reddit called Ducky with 7 eyes for selling me this on Let's Trade Pedals. And yeah, this was something I've been really keen to try for a long time. I had the predecessor to this, the Dimension Reverb, and I loved it. That was such a great pedal. I got it really cheap as well. It was only £80, I think, on eBay. It seems to be like the older Source Audio stuff, the Sound Blocks range before this. Seems to be pretty slept on. A lot of people don't really pay a lot of attention to those pedals probably because of the look of them. The Sound Blocks range are not the most attractive of things, whereas look at this, look how cool this looks with the brushed aluminium. It's much more traditional looking and much more classy, but I believe it shares several algorithms with the Dimension, so I do really love the sound of a lot of the algorithms that Source Audio have. This pedal basically comes up in list after list after list of people's favourite all-time reverb pedals. So I'm really excited to try this one. Moving on, what else have we got? This is something that Brian has very kindly gifted to me. The Old Blood Noise Endeavours Expression Ramper. So, basically, I've wanted one of these since it came out, and I keep forgetting to get myself one. So Brian basically just said, look, you can have mine. So thanks, Brian. Hugely grateful for this. Looking forward to trying this out. Basically, if you don't know already, this is an expression output utility pedal. Instead of having like a treadle design to sweep a parameter that an other pedal might have, this basically gives you a little bit more of a precise control over specific expression parameters, I guess. It does quite a few cool things, so I'm going to play around with that later on. Thank you, Brian. You absolute legend. Now this one. This is a loner. And I know what you're probably expecting. If you're familiar with this pedal, you might be aware of what is inside. You might be thinking, oh yeah, the Javelina by Way Huge. That's a Big Muff style or variant fuzz pedal that Way Huge made quite a while ago. I know how that looks, but no you don't, because this has had the Gear Ant treatment. Look at that. Gotta be very careful with this. It's not mine. I really wish it was. Look at it. It's so... it's so good. It is so good. Don't worry, Brian, I'm not keeping this. You will get it back eventually, but my life. Such a cool way of having the battery pack on the bottom as well. I know a lot of the newer Fender pedals have this as well. It's such a convenient place to put the battery for people that use batteries, obviously. Man, it's a good job I don't plan on keeping this anyway, because there is no way I could put Velcro on the back of that. Look at it, so good. Top marks to Gear Ant for his work on this thing. That is astonishing, and the feel is so nice. It's almost like paper, and I love the almost embossed kind of wording on the javelina as well. You might be able to see if I hold it up to the light. Slightly different. Very, very cool. And the foot switch is really chunky and soft as well. It's like a soft click foot switch, but it's also really highly sprung. Like it requires a bit more effort to press than a regular soft click foot switch, but it doesn't make as big of a pop when you press it like a regular one would. Anyway, I'm going to try that one later on. I bet that sounds absolutely epic. Now, Deluxe Trio Plus from what? Mass Effects. I'm confused by that. Mass Effects did not make the Trio Plus. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm pretty sure it's got absolutely bears no relation to what's inside this. Aha, yes, I thought so. This is another DoD pedal, modded by Brian at Horrothia Effects, of course. Oh, these have got a battery pack at the top as well. Oh, that's cool. Did not know that. Yeah, this is kind of an infamous pedal, I think it's fair to say. The DoD grunge. It's like the less loved version of Metal Zone, almost. Like most people most people love to hate these, or they buy them ironically because of how awful they sound. But then, yeah, Brian has modified this one, so I'm sure it no longer sounds terrible. We'll find out later. Okay, getting to the bottom of this box now. There's only a couple of things left in here. Earthquaker Devices box. I don't know what's in here. Ah, ha ha ha! Awesome! This is a Horrothia Effects pedal, and I can't remember for the life of me what it is, but it's got a really cool stealthy look to it. Check that out. How awesome. So this, some nice soft click foot switches, black foot switches as well. You never see that. Side jacks though. Boo! Sorry, Brian. I love these giant MXR knobs as well. Yeah, I can't think what this is. I'm pretty sure it's two pedals the same, one on either side. It might be the Red Llama, I think. Is it the Way Huge Red Llama? I think this is a dual Red Llama clone. I think, from memory, I think that's what this is, but I will confirm that later on. This one is another one I've been looking forward to. I can get the box out of the way now. Oh, this is one of mine. I already have one of these, but I just needed to buy another one because look at this ruddy thing in white. Ah, Brian added these red switch tips as well, and it really sets it off. I think it looks so cool. I might even change the knobs and add some red knobs on this as well, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But even if I don't, it looks amazing. How awesome is that? It's got to be one of the best looking pedals of all time, count to 5. And yeah, looks so good in white. Why do I have this one when I already have a blue one, you might be wondering. You might expect me to say, well, I'm going to keep this one and I'm going to sell the blue one. No. My main reason for getting another one of these things is because there is different firmware that you can get for these pedals that Montreal Assembly offer, and it is called the Nightly firmware. So basically the Nightly firmware changes each of these 3 modes. You've got a mode switch there for mode 1, mode 2 and mode 3. The Nightly firmware basically completely changes what happens in each of those modes. And from videos I've seen, I really love what this pedal can do in that firmware. But I didn't want to sacrifice what my Count to 5 can already currently do. So I wanted to get a second one to run the Nightly firmware on. The only question I have really now is, which one do I put the Nightly firmware onto? Do I put it on this, or do I put it on my blue one? I don't really know. I'm inclined to put it on this one because it's already different looking. So it would kind of make sense, I think, to have the alternate firmware on the more unusual looking Count to 5 maybe. But I don't know. Also, it might be kind of a neat contrast thing, you know, Nightly, you automatically think black, you know, but then this is white, so that might be quite an interesting kind of contrast to have. I don't know. I will think about that a little bit more. In the meantime, that's basically everything in that box. And you're probably thinking, well, that's it. He's had everything in that box now. That is the end of this half of the video. But wait, there's more. You see, I also had a box delivered to me the other day that I haven't shown you yet. So I've already unpacked and opened and looked at everything in here, but I thought this video might be a prime opportunity to show off some of the other stuff that I've had. First off, and these didn't come in the same box when they arrived, but for the sake of this video, we have the Horrothia Effects Teeth, Overdrive and Berkeley Univibe. I've featured this pedal on my channel before. I've done a dedicated demo video of it, and after I did that, I fell in love with this pedal in particular so much that I ended up buying myself one. I was quite cheeky as well, so when I was in talks with Tom about buying this pedal, I also said, while you're sending me a box, could you possibly, if it's not too much trouble, throw a Berkeley into the box as well for me to try? So he graciously and very generously said, oh, of course, not a problem at all. I'll do that. I'll throw a spare Berkeley in the box for you to try as well. So expect a full and detailed demo of this pedal, probably multiple videos of this, to be honest, coming soon. I have to say, as much as I love this pedal, as great as that sounds, this is on another level. This is an absolute masterpiece of design, engineering, construction, just everything. It sounds unbelievable as a Univibe should. It's got absolutely 100% top quality parts. This foot switch, the ones he uses on all of his pedals, these are really high quality, military grade, arcade style buttons. They're definitely not arcade buttons, but you know, he spends quite a lot, I think, from what I hear, on sourcing these buttons. And they work so well. They're almost soft click, but there is enough pressure behind them that are really satisfying to press. I could do that all day. Top jacks as well, of course. And yeah, you've got really cool, interesting foot control input as well, which I need to explore because I haven't spent enough time with this yet to know exactly what goes in there. But I will get around to that, I'm sure. Pretty much everything else in this box is from Joseph at Demiurge Instruments. This one is the Black Mountain Signal, which is a clone of the Hudson broadcast, which is massively popular with a lot of people. It's kind of an overdrive preamp thing, I think, that basically strays into fuzz territory with everything maxed out. And honestly, it sounds fantastic. I wanted one of these ever since a mate of mine bought one. And yeah, he basically put a sound clip on our WhatsApp group chat of him playing this pedal for the first time. And he played Body Snatchers by Radiohead. And it was the absolute spot-on dead ringer for the original tone. I might actually include the clip now. I think you'll agree, that sounds pretty damn amazing. So yeah, I'm really chuffed to have had that for myself. So this is the Demiurge Instruments Atom Fuzz. He has sent me a bunch of information, basically telling me all about what each of these things is, what it does. But yeah, this is basically a really fully featured fuzz pedal. It's got a bunch of parameter adjustment and a wide range of sounds. Another pedal by Demiurge Instruments is this pedal, the Hank, or just Hank. This is an overdrive with a 3-stage EQ. So you've got bass, mids and treble, and there's also a gain level and presence control, which is cool. So you can get some plenty of opportunity for tone sculpting going on in there. These two are collaboration efforts between Demiurge Instruments and Stompkins Pedals. I will put links to both of these guys in the description if you want to go and check these guys out. So yeah, Stompkins versus Demiurge, the Gary. This is a clone of the Paul Cochrane pedal, the Tim, which I think, as far as I'm aware anyway, is a more deluxe version of his famous Timmy overdrive. This obviously has the top jacks and double foot switches for the boost and bypass, and yeah, a whole bunch of control here. You've got boost control, bass, treble, gain. There's also the tone as well, the boost tone, which is an interesting one to have. That's very cool. And the other one he has here as well with Stompkins Pedals is the Invictus. This is a drive and a distortion in one, and I can't remember what, for the life of me, the two sides are. I will double check on that and I will let you know later. Or I might just put it in the, I might just put it here what it is. This sounds fantastic. I've played with this already and it sounds brilliant. I also have a couple of modded DS1s that Joseph has sent me. I'm not too sure what these mods are. Apart from this one obviously has a little toggle switch for something. And this one doesn't seem to have anything apparent at all that's different. So I'm sure they are different. But yeah, we'll hear... I'll do a video on these anyway. This one is also on loan from Joseph. He very kindly let me borrow his Viscous Vibe from TC Electronic. I've always wanted to try one of these, but just never kind of gotten around to it, really. I've been wanting to make a Univibe shootout video for a little while. So this was basically part of my plan to accumulate some Univibe pedals to do a half-decent shootout video between a bunch of them. So this is obviously representing the more modest end of the budget scale. So I'm intrigued and very excited to try this one out and see how it compares. Certainly with the Berkeley, it'd be interesting to see how this one compares side by side with its more expensive and boutique big brother. So let's put this box down here with the other one. Right, now it is time, I think, to fill this tabletop with pedals. And yeah, I'm going to do that now. Join me in just a second.